Hello, friends. Hello. Hello, friends. Hello, citizens. Hello, comrades. Hello. Hello, oxygen breathers. Hello, epidermis havers. I'm so glad you could join me. I have a new guitar. The point of this video is not necessarily to show you the new guitar, although that is fun for me. On camera, this guitar makes me look immediately rich. God damn, I look rich. And also in person, it's at least like I'm seeing it on the camera right now. It really reminds me of that, like, you know, the Fender, like 60s Fenders that are like 3-color sunburst, and the colors are like really individually visible. It has that kind of vibe on it. Looks nice. This is a Gibson 335. Figured. It's got the rich person top. It's got that rich person top. Yeah, I got a Coinbase account. You have an account on Coinbase, so I'm rich. So I got the figured top. Look at it dance. And this is the nicest thing I've ever bought in a Home Depot parking lot. But the point of this video is actually right behind me. It is the Sovtek Mig-50. This is a demonstration, kind of run through for all of our benefits, but also for the benefit of a particular person on Reverb who asked me to do that, and it was my intention because I'm selling it. Less than a month ago, I had 3, count them, 1, 2, 3 Sovtek heads. I had a Mig-60, I had a Mig-100, and I have this, still have this Mig-50. And hopefully soon I'll have 0 Sovtek heads. They didn't do anything to make me mad. They are cool, and I'm really, really happy to have owned them. But even though I look rich, I am super not rich. And whenever I make purchases that you see on this channel, those purchases are the money for those purchases are generated exclusively from the sale of other shit that I have. I put in no outside money into my gear collection. That's the whole point for me. I needed to make it a self-sustaining thing that did not touch my family's finances. So moving through gear, doing backline rentals for folks in the Triangle pays for my creative musical life. So that means like new guitars for me, but that also means like I pay for all my studio time for records that I make. I pay for photo shoots or video editing or like anything that kind of gets done. The Loud Art Gear Supply moniker, or Loud Art LLC, is kind of financing the whole thing. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do it. So I can't keep everything in the world. It doesn't matter if Sovteks are super sick. If I want to get other rich guy shit, I gotta sell things to make it happen. And I'm a person who has enough high-powered single-channel amplifier heads that are cool. So the Mig-100 was sick. The Mig-60 was super sick. I missed that one. That's the best out of the 3. Hands down. It's not the best out of the 3. It really depends on the use case. But just for like plug in, lots of dirt, like rock and roll, that's the one. The Mig-100, great for sort of like bowel loosening, like kind of just volume hugeness. It was really, really good for that. This is great for this is excellent as a bass amp. It's 50 watts, but if you're playing a lot of places, it's like plenty, especially if you're being mic'd. It sounds so nice as a bass amp. Right now, it's on top of that 215 Guild that you saw underneath the Ampeg SVT 100 from earlier in the week, and it's excellent as a bass amp, and it's excellent as a guitar amp too. The use case for most people is as a pedal platform, but not all Mig-50s are the same Mig-50s, and this Mig-50 is if you're gonna pick a Mig-50, I swear to God, this is the one that you should pick. This is an early boy Mig-50. Later ones, or most of them, are going to have white piping that go around the front panel edge here, and they're going to say Mig-50 on the front. This does not say Mig-50 on the front. This says Model 001 Lead Tube Amplifier. Those are two clear indications that this is the earliest Mig-50 that there is. And then also, this is cute. Those Ruskies just doing the best they can, and they managed to misspell presents on the front panel. Look, everybody's got their day. This one has had a super big old pro service from Mad Science Works in Raleigh, who has done a lot of work for me over the years, and it got new power tubes. It got, I don't know, there's probably a new preamp tube in there someplace. Looks like one of the tube sockets got replaced. A weak point on Mig-50s, especially more so than the 60s or the 100s, is that the miniature pots that were on the front are just like adorable garbage trash, and they just need to be replaced. So they were replaced with full-size good pots, and full-size good pots have full-size pot shafts. So the original Mig-50 knobs could not remain on the front of that amp because they have mini shaft holes. So you've got replacement chicken head knobs with the replacement full-size decent pots. But dorks, never fear. You have all of the original knobs in the going along with this parts, but with the parts and a couple of resistors and like what was snipped off in service is included. Cosmetically, it is in, exemplary shape for the age and compared to how most of these ended up, especially for the early ones. And then on the back panel, you see the Mig-50, you see the Russian writing, which says that is Russian for oh my God, I'm being such an Aquarius right now. And you've got 4, 8, and 16 ohm outputs. You see those little tubes are glowing, I suppose. We got a recap as a part of the service from Yachts, and this thing is just like ready to rip. I've had zero issues with it in the last, I don't know, I think I've probably had it for 3 years. This is the first time that I've heard it through this guild. I have not turned it on today. I've not turned it on in a couple months, so you're hearing it cracked on for the first time. You're also hearing me hear this guitar plugged in for the very first time also. Cool. channel 1 is bass voiced. Channel 2 is guitar voiced. You were hearing channel 1 first. We got about halfway up on the volume. I was playing gently. It's not straining. It's super clean. And what maybe doesn't translate through the cell phone camera is just how much nice kind of bass push is there. Presence, middle, treble bass. We are just like... we're just at noon all the way up. Tone and volume on the guitar are all the way up, I'd say it's like very loud in the room, especially right in front of the amp, and we're at like maybe 3.5. You are starting to get, when you're hitting, you got you're at the point where it is not breaking up yet, but you are starting to get a little tube compression from the amplifier itself. I'm gonna sneeze. For anybody out there who is not a father, one thing that happens when you become a dad is that the power of your sneezes, go completely Super Saiyan. And where before you sneezed like a normal person, now you sneeze. I have made both of my children cry because of the sneezes that have just come upon me that I could not prevent. It was so shocking. Woof. Channel 1 is not muddy. It's still clear. It's a little darker. And then there's just a lot more low end. On channel 1, you got some, when you dig in, you're at breakup level. We were hanging out on neck pickup, now we're on bridge. Man, that's good. That fucking rules. This sounds so nice. It is like... like it does what you expect when you go from the bass channel to the guitar channel, and it opens up. And there's a ton more mids, and it's like there's a ton of highs, and it sounds great. Plug straight in, and you're just like. p.m. Switch to bridge pickup on 10. Amp is quiet as a mouse the entire time. Back over to channel 1. Let's see, same situation, 9 p.m. Let's do gain on the guitar. What is this? Just like another. It's a bittersweet video because the same sounds. I'll be sad to see the same go. This is a good amp, and that's the bitter. The sweet is I just know that I have really found a guitar that works for me. This is so good. This is the first 335 I've ever had. Not true, second, but you haven't seen the other one yet, and you shall. And oh my gosh, it's a 335 with an asterisk. Anyway, this is the first like normal 335 I've ever had. I no longer have the new gold top Les Paul that viewers of the channel will have seen. I sold it to help offset the cost for this, and I am pleased that I did. I like this more, and the gold top Les Paul Standard was phenomenal. That was from 2021. This one is from 2019. That's so good. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up here. the potential buyer on Reverb asked me to kind of focus on cleans. So I hope that he will have found this video satisfactory and that you've enjoyed it as well. Oh, fuck. It's, that's annoying. The storage space is on a timer, which you can, or the not the space itself, but obviously the electricity being on or off is attached to a egg timer. So they only want you to use electricity for like 30 minutes at a time. You can sort of do the get it in a secret spot where the egg timer stops timing. But if you play bassy stuff, inside the storage space, then it'll restart the timer. So that's where we're at. I don't remember if there's anything else I wanted to show about the amp other than you should buy it, and that's all. This is personal opinion. Sovteks are not done going up. They are going to continue to do what, personal opinion, shitty Jim Cramer gear as stocks alert. But Sovteks have done for the past like 5 years what PVT-60s have done, which is continued to go up relatively steadily in price, while enthusiasts that are like dedicated to both of those things grumble and complain that they're more expensive than they were 6 months ago or a year ago, and say like, well, there's no way that they're going to keep going up or become, it's just, they're not done getting more expensive. I think that look what happened with the PV decade. You had Josh Homie, made a 1x8 adequate at best solid state amplifier go from $20 at a yard sale to, for a moment, $500. If you are sitting on Sovteks, just something stupid has to happen with a famous person, and then all of a sudden this amp costs, I swear to God, it's gonna cost $2,000. Easy. That's just my opinion. And these opinions are sort of like better sequestered into like a different video that is more cogent and less improvisational. But even at least for like T60s or other stuff like this, which are legitimately great, the value proposition at when they're like too expensive because they've been too expensive for like years at this point, the value proposition is still there for them to be worth it. Or is it worth it in that like you are going to make money selling it if you pay at or above market rate? Like maybe not, but is it worth it in terms of dollars of amplifier or of guitar that you are receiving? I'd say if you buy the correct ones, yes, absolutely. I think T60s are a great example. I think that the entire Sovtek line is a great example of what you are getting for the money, even at like elevated dorks are complaining about it. Prices still beats out anything that is sort of like comparative to that as far as like a worth. Not as a resale worth, but as a like, I would like this. Here, you are getting what you were paying for. And I feel a little silly for the other Sovteks, and I think for this one too. I'm selling them a little bit lower than I think what they are worth in the current market. But like, I just hate when I put shit up for sale and then it sits for like 4 months. It just like makes me antsy. And I would rather have it gone and new stuff in, and to be able to spend that money and like make a few $100s less than I would if I just was like line in the sand. I think not really having a brick and mortar makes that easier. Anyway, look, have a great day. Hug your kids, call your mom, eat a vegetable. Look both ways when you cross the street. And look, I mean, really, when's the last time that you gave yourself the gift of 8 hours of sleep in a row? You deserve it, and you're going to feel amazing tomorrow. So go to bed early.